Hello,
Hello,
welcome to my class. My name is Karen. What is your name?
my name is Koki.
Koki. It's nice to meet you, Koki.
Yeah.
How's your day?
Today was very happy day because I've just finished watching the Japanese TV comedy show, yeah, comedy tournament.
Good to
So
hear that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the
So I see it's your free day today.
yeah today it's very the holiday vacation.
Oh,
Yeah, because it's Sunday. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Are
Mhm.
you ready for the lesson?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Before we proceed, I have a few questions for you. Can
Mhm.
you hear and see me clearly?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Is my speaking speed okay with you, or do I need to
Uh,
slow down?
yeah, okay, okay.
Just fine. Okay. Now let's proceed to the lesson. You have chosen here Daily News Business Economy. The title of the lesson is Breaking Japan's Income Barriers, the Work Life Shift. Okay, let's move on to the words and phrases. Let's learn some of the words that are used in the article. Let's have the first word. Which one do you prefer to listen to? Will it be US or UK?
Oh, the US, please.
US. Okay. Let's start.
Threshold.
Threshold.
Threshold. Next.
The company's profits finally reached the threshold required for expansion.
The company's profits finally reached the threshold required for expansion.
Okay, threshold is a noun, which means the level or point at which something begins or changes. Next word.
Constraint.
Constraint.
Time constraints often make it difficult to complete all tasks on schedule.
Time constraints often make it difficult to complete all tasks on schedule.
Alright. Constraint is a noun, which means limitation or restrictions that control or restrict what someone can do. Next word.
Transition.
Transition.
Okay.
The transition from high school to college can be challenging for some students.
The transition from high school to college can be challenging for some students.
Okay, transition is a noun, which means the process or a period of changing from one state or condition to another. Next word.
Rigid.
Rigid.
The school has a rigid policy that does not allow any changes to the timetable.
The school has rigid policy that does not allow any changes to the timetable.
Alright, rigid is an adjective, which means not able to be changed or adapted easily. Next word, and the last word for the words and phrases.
Inclusivity.
Inclusivity.
The new policy promotes inclusivity by encouraging diverse hiring practices.
The new policy promotes inclusivity by encouraging diverse hiring practices.
Okay. Inclusivity is a noun, which means the practice or policy of including people who might otherwise be excluded. Do you have any questions for the words and phrases?
That's okay, yeah. That's
None
okay.
so far? Okay. Let's move on. Please read the direction to the comprehension.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the listening focus. Let's check the questions that you will have to answer later. Please look at the questions as I read them twice. What is the 1.3 million yen threshold and why is it significant? Number one, what is the 1.303 million yen threshold and why is it significant? Number two, what preferences do homemakers show for job types when family constraints are removed? Again, What preferences do homemakers show for job types when family constraints are removed? Last, how can policymakers and companies help overcome barriers faced by workers? Again, how can policymakers and companies help overcome barriers faced by workers? Now, let's listen to the audio. Which one do you prefer to listen to?
I still prefer the US one.
Okay, starts now.
Breaking Japan's income barriers, the work-life shift. In recent elections, many political parties in Japan pledged to remove income barriers. These include the 1.03 million yen threshold, which affects taxes and social security benefits. Crossing these thresholds often reduces take-home pay and changes a family's financial situation. A recent survey studied job preferences among homemakers balancing work and family. The results showed that 35.4% preferred part-time non-regular work, while 25.9% chose short-time regular jobs. When freed from family constraints, 43.3% favored full-time regular jobs. This shift highlights a desire for better career options when caregiving is not an obstacle. Participants shared their experiences and challenges. Some wanted workplaces to allow smoother transitions back to full-time roles after caregiving. Others appreciated part-time roles for providing flexibility. Many pointed out that rigid work policies made balancing personal and professional responsibilities very difficult. To address these issues, policymakers and companies must focus on flexibility and inclusivity. Creating diverse employment opportunities can help individuals overcome barriers. Such efforts will not only support workers but also strengthen the economy by expanding workforce participation.
Okay. Do you want me to repeat the audio or shall we proceed now?
Please let me listen again.
Okay. I'm gonna play it now.
Breaking Japan's income barriers, the work-life shift. In recent elections, many political parties in Japan pledged to remove income barriers. These include the 1.03 million yen threshold, which affects taxes and social security benefits. Crossing these thresholds often reduces take-home pay and changes a family's financial situation. A recent survey studied job preferences among homemakers balancing work and family. The results showed that 35.4% preferred part-time non-regular work, while 25.9% chose short-time regular jobs. When freed from family constraints, 43.3% favored full-time regular jobs. This shift highlights a desire for better career options when caregiving is not an obstacle. Participants shared their experiences and challenges. Some wanted workplaces to allow smoother transitions back to full-time roles after caregiving. Others appreciated part-time roles for providing flexibility. Many pointed out that rigid work policies made balancing personal and professional responsibilities very difficult. To address these issues, policymakers and companies must focus on flexibility and inclusivity. Creating diverse employment opportunities can help individuals overcome barriers. Such efforts will not only support workers but also strengthen the economy by expanding workforce participation.
Okay, shall we proceed now?
Yeah.
Okay, let's proceed to answer the questions. I'll read each question and please say your answer out loud. Starts with number 1. What is the 1.03 million yen threshold and why is it significant?
It is a threshold that affects taxes and social security benefits, and it is important because the crossing the threshold often reduces tax home pay and changes a family financial situation.
Correct, it's in the first paragraph. Let me repeat it. This includes the 1.03 million yen threshold, which affects taxes and social security benefits. Crossing these thresholds often reduces the take-home pay and changes a family's financial situation. Number 2, what preferences do homemakers show for job types and when family constraints are removed?
When family constraints are removed, homemakers prefers full-time regular jobs more.
Okay, correct. It's in the second paragraph. For further explanation, when freed from family constraints, 43.3% favored full-time regular jobs. This shift highlights as a desire for better career options when caregiving is not an obstacle. Okay, let's move on. Number three, how can policymakers and companies help overcome barriers faced by workers?
They can help overcome barriers by um, creating diverse employment opportunities.
Correct. It's in the fourth paragraph. Policymakers and companies must focus on flexibility and inclusivity. Creating diverse employment opportunities can help individuals overcome barriers. Okay, now let's proceed. Please read out the article.
Sure. Breaking
Okay.
Japan's income barriers. The work life shift. In recent elections, many political parties in Japan pledged to remove income barriers. This includes the 1.03 million yen threshold, which affects taxes and social security benefits. Crossing these thresholds often reduces take-home pay and changes a family's financial situation. Recent surveys that studied job preferences among homemakers balancing work and family. And the results show that 35.4% preferred part-time, non-regular work, while 25.9% chose short-time, regular jobs. When freed from family constraints, 43.3% favored full-time regular jobs. This shift highlights our desire for better career options when caregiving is not an obstacle. Participants shared their experiences and challenges. Some wanted workplaces to allow smoother transition back to full-time role after caregiving. Others appreciated part-time roles for providing flexibility. Many pointed out that rigid work policies made balancing personal and professional responsibilities very difficult. To address these issues, policymakers and companies must focus on flexibility and inclusivity. Creating diverse employment opportunities can help individuals overcome barriers. Such efforts will not only support workers but also strengthen the economy by expanding workforce participation.
All right. Now, please answer each question freely or by the situation given. I'll read each question, then you can answer freely or open the answer key to have a better idea of how to answer. Let's start.
Okay.
Number one, do you think flexible work hours help balance personal and professional life? Explain your answer.
Yes, I do. Yeah, so actually, I'm working for the company that provides me some this kind of flexible work hours. Uh,
Me
so
too, that's what I'm saying. It can.
yeah, so I can understand the merit of like this flexible work because
Yes.
yeah, I can take my dog to walking at any time as long as I didn't have the meetings at the time. So I can find there's some specific short time
Yes.
and utilize it as my private time.
Yes.
Yeah.
For your personal life indeed.
So under these conditions, so I can manage my time more effectively, and so I can construct my schedule
Yes.
very
Yes.
uh,
In a more lighter
in
way.
detail, or yeah, so
Yes.
mm, I can
Not unlike
maximize.
when
I can
you're
max.
in the office setup.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right.
You will put on the time that you travel, that you prepare for work.
Yeah.
Instead of, yes,
Mm,
you already utilize those minutes and even hours by
mhm,
working in a flexible work company.
mhm.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna put on the sample answer key for your reference. You can just read it later.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to question number two. Should income threshold like 1.03 million yen limit be removed? Why or why not?
Um, I think yeah. So income threshold like the 1.03 million yen limit should be removed because um this like this article says this kind of threshold as a limit um, uh, prevents us from working freely, So,
Yes, that's correct.
so we remove our option. This limit removes our option to work. So, yeah, but this limit works as like mm, this as this article says, taxes amount and some social security benefits. But
Yes,
uh, at the same time, some people wanna work more time and yes, wanna work um, more than 1.03 million yen. Obviously, yeah, there are some people.
yes.
Yeah, so yeah,
To have a better life.
yeah, that's right. So that is
Yep.
that is our option. So that should not be forced to take
Yes.
this, apply this filter like threshold. Yeah.
Correct.
Mm.
You have a good point on that. Okay, let's put the sample answer key here. Okay. Next question.
Mhm.
Do you think taking a career break affects long-term professional growth? Why or why not?
Mm, it depends on the period. So as so, I think this career break is under 1 year. It doesn't affect our career, but it is longer than 1 year. Mm, I think it may affect our career because, especially in my field, like IT field, I'm in the IT field, so I
Yes,
I'm working for the company that is in the
yes.
IT field. Yeah, so
You're the
uh,
backbone of the company because you're in the information technology.
yes, information technology. Yeah, so information technology, field, the business can be changed so
Yes.
quickly, and so
So fast paced.
I cannot expect the after 1 year the situation.
Yes,
Yeah,
I understand. Because of
so
this digitalized era,
yeah, that's right, that's
nothing
right.
is permanent.
Yeah, that's right. So if the career break is 1 year or over the 1 year, so
You will be left behind, I think.
yeah. So after coming back, I have to catch up a lot of things, you know.
Yes,
Yes, so left as you
that's a good
mentioned,
point.
yeah. So
Again,
I must be left behind. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Maybe you can take a career break for maybe a month. but not to the point that you will be rendering a career break for a year,
Sorry.
especially maybe it is possible if you will only be rendering for months a
Yeah,
career
that's
break.
right. That's right. Yeah.
But if you will be rendering for long term, maybe a year, it is not advisable, I think, also,
Yeah.
because there
Right.
is a need to catch up. I'm gonna put on the a couple of sample answers for your reference here
Mhm.
because of more good points.
Yeah, but sometimes actually, so this kind of career breaks give me another perspective, you know. So taking a break is important, I think, because
Yes.
after
Nowadays,
the sorry.
nowadays, we should always protect our mental health
Mm-hmm.
because every task nowadays is very, I don't know why, but it is very exhausting.
Mm-hmm. Exhausting.
Yes,
Mm.
that
So
we needed to really have a break, but not to the
mm,
extent that for a long break,
yeah.
just to freshen up your mind.
Mm. No, but I said that so long term uh, career break sometime professional sometime affects professional growth, but some people wanna change their job or their position to do to to
Oh,
change their work daily work.
yes,
So yeah, this is not the case for that kind of people, and I think that timing will come to me in the future or in a specific time
yes.
in my
And when the
life.
offer is correct, is right. And when the offer is right,
Yeah.
they call it you are looking for a greener pasture.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's how they say it. Okay, let's move on.
Yes. Let's move on.
Number four, should companies make it easier for caregivers to return to full-time work? Why or why not?
Oh yes, I think companies make it easier for caregivers to return to full-time work because Japan has a lot of uh, programs in this uh, care caregiving field. Like
Yes,
so, Japanese population are decreasing, and the portion of the younger generations are decreasing as well.
yes. I've read in an article that Japan has a more of the old population.
Yeah, old population. Yeah, so
It's a larger portion of
mm,
the population is old. That's why.
yeah, more and more time I have to consume in the future for caregiving. You know, yeah, and at the same time, we have like I said, the total Japanese population are is decreasing now, and so Japan faces a labor shortages problem as well. And so yeah, if the company make it difficult for caregivers to return to full-time work, yeah, the companies feel it is
Yes,
difficult to find
cer-
the people to work
certainly.
and
Correct.
settle as a company.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay, let's move on. Question number five.
Mhm.
Would you prefer a remote work or the office work for better productivity? Why?
Um, it depends on the work content.
Yes.
Yeah, but from my perspective, I mainly work uh, remotely because I don't like commuting. Well,
Me too.
busy hours. Yeah, because trains are so crowded.
Yes.
Yeah, especially
So many hassles before going to office.
yes, but sometimes I use the office because I can drink some beverages freely at the office.
Yes. In the pantry.
Yeah. And yeah, so I can see co-workers, colleagues in face to face. So that's sometimes important.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much for having me
Mm-hmm.
and for having me in my class. I hope to see you again.
Yeah. See you. Good
Thank
night.
you. Bye bye.